This is Mark Arnold, author of Think Pink, the DePatie Freeling story from Bear Manor Media, and we're watching an Ant and the Aardvark cartoon called I've Got Ants in My Plans, a play on words on the phrase ants in the pants. The jazzy music score you're hearing is by Doug Goodwin, who composed many sound cues for various DePatie Freeling cartoons, and the musicians also get credit. The Ant and the Aardvark series is the fourth DePatie Freeling theatrical series following The Pink Panther, The Inspector, and Roland and Ratfink, unless you're counting DePatie Freeling's work on the Looney Tunes series for Warner Brothers, which I am not. The origins of the Ant and the Aardvark come from concept sketches from John Dunn for Spun Buggy Studios, where the characters were called the Big Red Ant, and Harry the Anteater, and then Blue George. Eventually, their names were settled on as Charlie Ant and Blue Aardvark, although they really weren't referred to anything other than the Ant and the Aardvark in the cartoons. However, by this time, the series was greenlighted by DePatie Freeling. Artist Corny Cole redesigned the characters into the versions you see here. Dunn did write the story for this cartoon, and in my opinion, it's one of the better ones in the series. I also feel that the Ant and the Aardvark was the best non-Pink Panther theatrical series that DePatie Freeling ever did. This cartoon was directed by Jerry Shinneke, who had a long career with Warner Brothers prior to DFE. Jerry was born Jermaine Adolph Shinneke in 1912, and he started his long association with Friz Freeling in the 1940s. His specialty as an animator was having characters such as Bugs Bunny do elaborate dance steps, and then he graduated to director status right before he got to DePatie Freeling, and also directed a number of Pink Panther cartoons before he died in 1989. Actor John Byner does all the voices for this cartoon. Byner is such a talented mimic that when I was a kid, I thought it really was Jackie Mason and not John Byner doing part of the Anteater. In fact, Jackie Mason wanted to do the voice, and once he heard Byner's version, and apparently Mason even went in for a voice session, and about halfway through stopped everything and said, "You know what? John Byner does me better than me." So Mason made a deal with Byner would be able to continue to do Mason's voice for a small royalty. Byner's Ant is an imitation of singer Dean Martin. It's the laid-back, slightly drunk Dean Martin that Martin morphed into after Martin's well-publicized breakup with Jerry Lewis. One can also see that it's kind of a Bing Crosby impersonation as well, due to its laid-back sound. So Byner got his start as a stand-up comedian and mimic and appeared numerous times on The Ed Sullivan Show, even imitating Sullivan on the show. But his career break occurred on The Merv Griffin Show. In this cartoon, Byner also does a Georgie Jessel impersonation for the head ant at the $100 plate dinner, and Byner still entertains today doing as many impressions.
I want to make a public service announcement. Now, all you little kiddies under 12 years of age better run out and grab a snack until all this violence is over.
Usually, DePatie Freeling cartoons don't make references to being in a theater, but Charlie Ants go out and have a snack comment seems to be aimed straight at the theatrical viewer. So the credit roll for these Ant and the Aardvark cartoons are kind of unique, with a special torn paper look that really makes them stand out. And this technique was done by Art Leonardi, who designed most of the DePatie Freeling titles over the years and gave DePatie Freeling a unique look and lettering style that became the house style. I've Got Ants in the Plans is the fourth Ant and the Aardvark cartoon, originally released theatrically on May 14, 1969. And it first appeared on TV as the 14th episode of The Pink Panther Meets the Ant and the Aardvark. And that's the second Pink Panther series, which is also known as the New Pink Panther Show. The TV appearance was on December 11, 1971 on NBC, and that version also contained a laugh track. One of the reasons I like this cartoon is the Green Aardvark. John Byner doesn't seem to be imitating any celebrity in particular for this character, but it's a safe bet that it's either wrestler-turned-actor Mike Mazurki or Eddie Barth, another character actor with a gravelly voice who appeared in such movies as Shaft. They were what he probably had in mind when he was voicing this character. One thing that kind of confused me as a kid watching this cartoon is, why does the Green Anteater keep running with the ant in his hand? If he's hungry, why doesn't he just eat the ant? Somewhere along the line, How Sweet It Is uttered by one of the anteaters. years, and that was a catchphrase of the immortal Jackie Gleason, another comedian.
I got you. Oh, no, you don't.
So NBC really wanted the Pink Panther to come to television, but DePatie Freeling it hesitated for 5 years until they built up a nice backlog of cartoons. In the meantime, DePatie Freeling threw NBC a bone by creating the Super Six and then Super President before finally relenting and let the Pink Panther and other theatrical cartoons air on TV. For The Ant and the Aardvark, all 17 cartoons were released theatrically from 1969 through 1971 before any of them made it to TV in the fall of 1971. And some funny little gags make their way into this cartoon, which is why it remains one of my favorites. Kind of a reworked Roadrunner cartoon, the way some of the gags go.
Rustle me up a picnic. Bye now.
Don't pull. You're only making it tighter. You don't happen to know the number of a good Boy Scout.
And that's it. This is Mark Arnold, author of Think Pink, the DePatie Freeling Story, signing off.